Now you have two blocks like this, small m, capital M, one over the other. They have given some coefficient of static friction mu s, coefficient of kinetic friction likewise. Now, see what is going to happen. This, according to me, comes under case 1. This, according to me, case 1. In this situation, what is happening over here? Here, you will notice that you have this particular one, this particular floor and the block over here. Remember, this is smooth. There is no question of a friction. Generally, when I am trying to move this, what is happening? The block of mass capital M will have a tendency to move rightwards. What is the general nature of friction? Friction opposes relative motion. So what is going to happen? This small m mass will try to block me in this direction. In this direction. Ramesh చెప్పు. ఓకే పని అయిపోయిందిలే అక్కడ నేను క్లాసులో ఉన్నా పని అయిపోయింది రైట్ నౌ see please try to understand this is the top block. Now, this top block will experience a counter force. What is counter force? Remember, if this is called action, this is called reaction. Right. Initially, for small values of the applied force, for small values of applied force F, initially this friction is static, which means there is no relative motion between the two blocks. I repeat, there is no relative motion between the two blocks. I repeat, no relative motion the two blocks doesn't mean it is not at rest. With respect to ground, both are moving with same acceleration. Just want to take a break now. Any doubt? Pakka.
No, sir.
Thank you, Anika. Right, boys, sir. You are representing not only girls, you are representing both girls and boys. Right. Now the question is, can this take any value? Can this take any value? Anika, can this take any value, whatever it want? Have you followed my question sincerely?
Sir, can you please
Take
repeat?
any value, any given value, whatever maximum value. No, it has a limit. It has a limit, and that limit is called limiting friction. Therefore, what is happening is when F tends to F limiting, acceleration of small m is maximum. So what is going to be that maximum acceleration? You can see that. You can see that this is the block which is experiencing mu SMG force. So the maximum acceleration is mu SG. That's the deal. Mu SG. Right. Now the problem is the lower block. Okay, all that which you are discussing only still upper block. What is that I am discussing about is right, the lower block. The lower block experiences the applied force and the frictional force. Remember, the maximum acceleration of the lower block is also mu sg, provided till this instant both are having same acceleration. Because both are having same acceleration, what will happen? No relative motion. Now, therefore, try to please understand F minus mu s mg is ma2. F minus mu s mg is mu s capital Mg. So F is equal to mu s times capital M plus small mg. That's the deal. What I want to tell is, till this force you are safe. Till this force you are safe ka matlab? Both will move with same acceleration. What if I increase even a small value? Upper block will move with a different acceleration. Upper block will move with a constant acceleration. Lower block will move with a different acceleration. And whose acceleration is high, by the way? Lower block, obviously, man. You are applying more force now when compared to the previous case. So, this is the situation. So, therefore, what is your question? Maximum possible value of F means so long F less than or equal to mu s times capital M plus small mg. What is your observation? Tell me. So long this is happening, what is your observation? Both will move together. Both will move together. Anika, can I ask you a question on behalf of Tarnaka students?
Yes, sir.
Can you do the entire question with one single formula?
No.
No, it's not possible. ఏమైంది ఓకే one minute చేస్తా 1 minute 1 minute 1 minute one minute, just give it. Copy. చేసా ఓకేనా ఇప్పుడే చేసా వాట్సాప్ ఐడి పాస్వర్డా 1 minute ఆ స్క్రీన్ షాట్ పెడతా రైట్ yeah. So you cannot solve the entire question with this formula substitute. Read the question, just substitute. It's not possible here. You need to deep analysis is required. In fact, I am dealing zero level problem. It's a zero level problem. Right. Find the acceleration of the block if F is greater than that which found in part A. Obviously, let this be say F naught is equal to, for our convenience. Right. Okay. I hope this is the pattern. What if color change? Color change. If F is greater than F naught, what happens? Simple. Simple. What is the nature of the friction? In this case, can someone please help me? Is it static or kinetic? It's kinetic now. So therefore, the friction value here is mu k mg. So therefore, the upper block will have an acceleration mu kg, whereas the lower block is going to have an acceleration. The lower block is going to have an acceleration Bhaiya, this is F, which is greater than F naught, and this is going to be mu K mg. If someone asks, how do you know? Bhaiya, if this is action, this is reaction. So therefore, the acceleration of the lower block is going to be F minus mu K mg divided by m. Got the point? So I have given you two different accelerations. Anika, from our side, any doubts?
No, sir. No doubts.
Okay, right. Next. I'll try to get one more. Anika, see, I'll try to get a webcam tomorrow. Excellent one. During the time of Corona, I purchased it. It's around 12,000 that time. Actually, a live program will be given through that. I'll post that so that you can answer from the point where you stand. You just sit. That's all. So I'll paste it in Tarnaka tomorrow. Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now there is a change. What change did you notice? What change did you notice? Instead of applying on the lower block, now the force is on the upper block. Right. Even now, my point is very clear. My duty is to pull the upper block. Suppose if there is no friction between small m and capital M, what will happen? Capital M will stay there only. Small m will keep moving rightwards. That's the chapter already done last week. From this chapter onwards, everything is rough. Rough. Okay. So since there is a roughness, what will happen? The lower block will not allow the free motion of the upper block. Then what will happen? The lower block will oppose the free motion, relative motion of the upper block. Then what happens? Friction comes into picture. Fortunately, because we are doing trial balls only, fortunately, this is smooth again. This is smooth. Okay, ECL students, I try to please understand that I'll prepare questions like this full week. I'll show you thereafter, after the completion of the class. Okay. And I'll post this to Tarnaka students on Sunday itself so that they'll come with the printouts. They'll just note the solutions in the gaps. Right. What is the maximum possible value of F so that the system moves together? You ask me whatever. I still remember when I am in my school age compositions. Most of the time I follow writing compositions by formula called COW. COW COW. You heard properly, right? I will prepare seriously how to write the composition on COW. Guy kya hota hai, etc. Like kind of thing. I seriously prepare. Right. So I will be given a question called how rocket works. Still, I will use COW. Yes. Most of the physics is like that only. If you know the fundamental, you can do any physics question with that fundamental. Now you may see seriously and me, अरे यार इतना fool कैसे? You prepared cow. You are given how the functioning of a rocket. I'll say the same. Rocket will set it for vertical firing. First stage rocket will fire, goes up. Once it goes up, it leaves the launching station and it passes by different places, particularly villages, etc., where we can see on outside grounds where grass is high, green. Cows will be eating that from their entire cow passage. By the end, again, I will come to so that this rocket see that goes and gets into the space. What I have written? Honestly, cow. But what is the starting and ending? Rocket. Here also you need to the same. My condition is there is no direct application of capital F on capital F. So what is actually happening? You have small m block like this. You have capital F force. You have friction like this. Whereas the counter on that is capital M and F like this. So as you keep increasing capital F, what happens? Small f keeps increasing. Can someone tell me the reason for this? గట్టిగా చెప్పు అనిక.
Sir, it's Tejaswini. She wants to answer.
Right.
Static
Yeah, tell me,
friction.
please.
Static friction.
Right. Good. Static friction. Static friction is self-adjustable, but it has a limit. So therefore, maximum lower block will maximum experience a force of mu s mg. So the maximum acceleration of the lower block is mu sg. What happens to the upper block? On the upper block, mu s mg capital F, mu s mg small m. So therefore, what is the acceleration of this system? The acceleration of this particular system is, when, see, please try to understand, they should maintain this particular acceleration. 1 minute. A2 must be mu s mg by capital F. So now as a whole, if they are moving, then what happens? You will take the entire system as one single mass, capital M plus small m, experiencing this force. So, so long F is equal to capital M plus small m times mu s mg by capital M, no issues. So therefore, so long F less than or equal to mu s mg by capital M times capital M plus small m, what happens? Both will move together. Both will move together with same acceleration. Right. That's fine. Done. Next. If there is a relative sliding, when is this possible? Suppose I'm telling this force is taken as some F naught, and you have applied more than F naught. Even 1.1 F naught is fine for me. What happens? Color change, boys. Once your force is more than that, what happens? The nature of the friction becomes a kinetic. On the lower block, the nature of the friction becomes a kinetic. Extraordinary questions are there in friction. Really, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, ribbon based. Excellent models are there, trust me. So I'll lead few questions today. Okay. Once you get the pitch of doing that, I'll raise the difficulty level. Morning, I will do normal problems. Evening, I will, in your presence, I will discuss difficult questions. There, I will discuss normal questions. Your sir will teach your normal, regular flow of questions. Only difficult questions I will discuss, like what I have done in the last week. Right. But I cannot promise you throughout because I am a management person. I will be having meetings and all that. That's a problem. Right. Even today also, Tarnaka, I have done class comparisons. F minus mu k mg is equal to MA. That's the deal. Whereas here, what is the acceleration? This is the acceleration of the upper block. What is the acceleration of the lower block? Mu k mg by capital M. They are different things. Notice that. Both looks like same, but you got a different answers. Why? Because the point of application of force is different. Now tell me, you have any doubt in this? Anika?
No doubt, sir.
But boys, no doubt. Thank you. Thank you. చూసారా అట్లా చెప్తారు వాళ్ళు. నేను ఎక్కడైనా క్లాస్కి వెళ్తే అప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఎలా చెప్తారు నాకు. రైట్. నెక్స్ట్ ఒకవేళ డౌట్ ఉంటే టైప్ చేస్తారు. ఇది ఎలా వచ్చింది. నెక్స్ట్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్. అయితే ఇదే చెప్పేస్తే చూసుకొని ఫస్ట్ ఇది చెప్తాను, తర్వాత అది చెప్తాను. ఇది ఎక్సలెంట్ అసలు. నేను రేటింగ్స్ ఇప్పటిదాకా చెప్పిన క్వశ్చన్స్కి 0 ఇస్తే దీనికి 3 ఇస్తా రేటింగ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 5. ఇంకా ఉన్నాయి, చాలా ఉన్నాయి, నేను చూపిస్తాను మీకు. నేను రేపు ఎల్లుండి చెప్పే క్వశ్చన్స్ చెప్తాను మీకు. ఇగో ఇవి కూడా మంచివి, చాలా మంచివి క్వశ్చన్స్. సార్ ఇది సూపర్ క్వశ్చన్. ఇది లాస్ట్ వీక్ మీరు చేశారు ఇట్లాంటిది, అప్పుడు ఏ ఫ్రిక్షన్ లేదు, స్మూత్. ఇది విత్ ఫ్రిక్షన్. ఇది రిపీటెడ్గా అడిగే క్వశ్చన్. దే విల్ ఆస్క్ యూ సమ్ డే ఆర్ అదర్. 3 blocks. సూపర్ క్వశ్చన్. ఏం కష్టం ఉండవు, జస్ట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ పట్టుకోవాలి. సూపర్ క్వశ్చన్, ఈజీ, 1 single స్టెప్. ఇది బేసిక్, ఇది కూడా అలాంటిదే. యాక్చువల్లీ హియర్ కమ్స్ మై ఫేవరెట్ క్వశ్చన్స్. దిస్ ఇస్ అ వెరీ గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్. Just giving an idea what questions I am going to discuss for the next 2 or 3 days. All these are Olympiad questions. All these are Olympiad questions. Olympiad questions. This is also Olympiad question. Olympiad. All are Olympiad questions. Excellent, excellent like anything. But I don't know. I have shown to Tarnaka students last week that I will do these questions. But the problem is time. దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్. అనిక నీకు ఇప్పుడు అర్థమైందా? మార్నింగ్ మీకు కొన్ని క్లాస్లో బేసిక్ చెప్తాను, ఈవినింగ్ డిఫికల్ట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ చేస్తాను నేను. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ ద క్వశ్చన్స్ విచ్ ఐ హావ్ ప్లాన్ ఫర్ దిస్ వీక్. ఓకే, అంటే ది ఎంటీ షీట్ ఐ విల్ పోస్ట్ ఆన్ సండే ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ and I will restrict my all discussions to these questions. Which way there is some theory, they will have some pages, space, white pages I will leave in between. There they will write. Right. Good question. We'll discuss now a very good question. Focus, students. Need to focus really. This is the question which I am planning. Suppose if I require some space, what I will do is I'll adjust one more paper. And I'll slide this question to create space. That's all. Here is the question. See, when will we fail answering a question? We will fail in answering a question when we fail in reading the question. So, put your attention on every word of the question. Given is a time varying force and it is acting on upwards. Thanks to the author that the floor is not offering any resistance. Find the acceleration of the block. Also draw the acceleration time graph of both the blocks. See, remember what will happen, I will explain. Basically, this is not a constant force, it is a variable force. So the acceleration keeps increasing, but till certain time, both will move together. Agreed? So when you need to question me when such a situation exists. I'll explain. Now you take M1 alone as it is. Here is your M1. See, on M1, friction acts like this. This is on M1. It acts like this. So therefore, what will happen see, this is the maximum acceleration case of M1. Which means initially, when the friction is static, that also changes with time. Because the applied force is changing with time. But here it has a limit. This is the maximum. So which clearly indicates the acceleration, maximum acceleration of the lower block has a limit. Thereafter, once it reaches this point, relative motion starts and the lower block moves with constant acceleration. I'll explain clearly. When will they move commonly? Right. Which means if I take the system as M1 plus M2, and this is the force applied. So till F is equal to M1 plus M2 times mu M2G by M1, both
Together.
will move with common acceleration. Right. So which means initially, if I plot a graph, if I plot a graph, taking by a time along x-axis, force along y-axis. Can I ask you one silly question? Silly question. Don't answer it. If you wish to answer, raise your hand because I'm parallelly handling 3 classes. Anyone in our ECL class also can answer. Those who are seeing from there. Anyone. Just unmute and talk to me. Have you ever found why I need to take time only along x-axis? Why not time along y-axis? Anyone? మీకు అలా ఎప్పుడు అనిపించదా సార్ ఏదో రాసి పారేస్తాడు అయ్యే టైమే ఎందుకు ఎలాంగ్ ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ తీసుకోవాలి ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ మీద ఏమో ఇష్టం వై యాక్సిస్ అంటే అంత ఇష్టం లేకుండా ఉంటుందా మనకి నో దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ కరెక్ట్ అనిక మన ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఎనీ ఆఫ్ అవర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్
Time is an independent variable.
సూపర్ అక్క నువ్వు అసలు సూపర్ దానంతట అది మారుతుంది ఏది నువ్వు పెట్టావు కోర్సు నువ్వు అప్లై చేసా దాని నేను పుట్టానండి అనా నేను పోతానండి ఎప్పుడో ఆగుతుంది టైం దానంతట వెళ్ళిపోతూ ఉంటుంది నేను ఏం చేయకపోయినా పెద్దవాడిని అయిపోతాను నేను ఏం చేయకపోయినా యూత్లోకి వచ్చేస్తాను నేను ఏం చేయకపోయినా మిడిల్ ఏజ్డ్ మ్యాన్ అయిపోతాను నేను ఏం చేయకపోయినా ఓల్డ్ మ్యాన్ అయిపోతా నేను ఏం చేయకపోయినా వన్ ఫైన్ మార్నింగ్ బకెట్ దండేస్తాను దానంతా అది వెళ్ళిపోతుంటుంది టైం ఇండిపెండెంట్ వేరీ సూపర్ నెక్స్ట్ కాబట్టి ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ వైపు తీసుకుంటాం ఓకే ఇప్పుడు ఈ యాక్సలరేషన్ వరకు అంతేగా టిల్ దిస్ యాక్సలరేషన్ బోత్ విల్ మూవ్ కామన్లీ అండ్ ఇట్ ఇంక్రీజెస్ విత్ టైం So till certain time, it increases almost time మీరు ఎలా చెప్పచ్చు అంటే టైం కావాలంటే ఇక్కడ ఆల్ఫా టీ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది సో ఆల్ఫా టీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు M1 ప్లస్ M2 టైమ్స్ మ్యూ M2G బై M1 తీసుకుంటే టీ వచ్చేస్తుంది ఆ టీని T0 అనుకుందాం ఫర్ ఏ వైల్ T0 దానికి కరస్పాండింగ్ యాక్సలరేషన్ వచ్చేసి మ్యూ M2G by M1. Finds are thereafter what happens? The graph will split into 2 parts. I didn't understood, sir. Oh, no issues, man. Till this point, A1 and A2 are same. Thereafter, what happens? From here after, splitting takes place. Remember, what is this? A1. Lower block I am assigning 1, upper block I am assigning 2. Lower block A1. Any doubts? Clear? Pakka? Okay. What about upper block? Now, upper block is again a function of time. Why? Because you cannot change the fate of the upper block. It is still alpha t. So, upper block, what will happen? Now it goes differently. What is the free body diagram of the upper block, by the way? The upper block will experience a force alpha t, and this is mu m2g, and therefore acceleration of the upper block is nothing but alpha t minus mu m2g by m2. It is the function, and it follows a different direction. A2. A different acceleration altogether. Got the point? Sure? Very good question, actually. Anika, any doubts?
No doubt, sir.
Right. Boys, boys, good. No doubts. My dear boys, very good. Right. Ikkada ECL classroom. No one responding. Right. మీరు కదరా వెనక క్లాస్ 102. Right. We'll move on to the next question. Super. Basic question which tests our patience. అనికే ఏమైనా ఫాస్ట్ గా చెప్తున్నానా అర్థమవుతున్నాయా?
అర్థమవుతున్నాయి, sir.
Right. First sufficient. Right. Thrilled at least. Good. Thank you. రేపటి క్వశ్చన్స్ చూసుకున్నారుగా ఇంకా బాగుంటాయి. In the situation shown in the figure, we have some diagram. We have some diagram where you are applying some force on the 2 kg block. Niche 4 kg block. Oh shit. Now there is a friction. అంతే కదా, ఎప్పుడు స్టేజ్ ఒకటే ఉండదు కదా. We require some maturity now. So lower block is also having friction. దాని ఏం పోయింది చెప్పండి. ఆ క్వశ్చన్ కూడా టెంప్టింగ్ అడిగాడు, మీరు నోటీస్ చేశారా? వాట్ మినిమం ఫోర్స్ ఎఫ్ విల్ మేక్ ఎనీ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద హోల్ సిస్టమ్ మూవ్? రైట్. నాకు ఇలా ఎప్పుడన్నా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇస్తే నేనేం చేస్తానంటే, చూడండి, నేను ఎప్పుడైనా సరే వెజిటబుల్స్ కొనుక్కొని వచ్చాను అనుకోండి మార్కెట్ నుంచి, రైట్, నేను చేసే ఫస్ట్ పని ఏంటంటే ఏ కూరలకు ఆ కూరలు సపరేట్ చేస్తాను. నేనే పెద్ద గొప్ప పని ఏం చేయట్లేదు, మీరు అదే పని చేస్తారు. ఎందుకంటే ఇంకేం తేలేదనే విషయం అప్పుడే గుర్తొస్తుంది. వంకాయలను ఒక చోట, బెండకాయలు ఒక చోట, క్యారెట్ ఒక చోట, క్యాప్సికమ్ ఒక చోట, క్యాబేజ్ ఒక చోట, లైక్ వైస్. సో దట్ గివ్స్ మీ కంప్లీట్ పిక్చర్. నేను ఎగ్జామ్లో భయపడిన విషయం ఏంటో నేను చెప్పను ఎప్పుడైనా, ఐ డోంట్ కేర్ ఫర్ టైం. ఎస్, ఐ నెవర్ ఫీల్ టు ఆన్సర్ 18 out of 18 క్వశ్చన్ ఇన్ ద ఎగ్జామ్. బట్ నేను ఒక విషయానికి భయపడతా బాగా. నేను సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకునే తక్కువ క్వశ్చన్సే అయినప్పటికీ అవి తప్పుపోకుండా చేయాలని నేను టెన్షన్గా పరీక్ష రాస్తాను. నేను ఒక క్వశ్చన్ తీసుకుంటే మాత్రం తప్పు పోకూడదు. ఇప్పుడు నేను అలానే చేస్తా. ఈ క్వశ్చన్ డీటెయిల్డ్ ఎనాలిసిస్ చేస్తా. ఐ విల్ డూ ఏ వెరీ డీటెయిల్డ్ ఎనాలిసిస్. నువ్వు ఎఫ్ పెట్టు పెట్టకపో, This is the top block. 2 kg block. ఇక్కడ ఫ్రిక్షన్ వచ్చేసి 0.2. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ లిమిట్ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసేటప్పటికి ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఎంత కావాలి? μ2 అన్నాడు కాబట్టి F2 అంటాం. దాన్ని ఏమంటే 0.2 ఇంటూ 2 ఇంటూ 10. ఇదంతా 4 మీటర్. ఓకే, మీరందరూ తప్పు చేసే ఒక స్టెప్ నేను ఇప్పుడు రాస్తాను. ఫోర్ కేజీ బ్లాక్. ఇక్కడ ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఎంత? 0.1. టోటల్ లోడ్ ఇక్కడ నార్మల్ రియాక్షన్ ఎంత తీసుకోవాలి? ఇక్కడ నార్మల్ రియాక్షన్ 4G తీసుకోవాలా, 2G తీసుకోవాలా, 4+2G తీసుకోవాలా? అవును, ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ నీ తలకాయ ఉందనుకో, ఇక్కడ ఇఫ్ యువర్ హెడ్ ఈజ్ హియర్, యు ఆర్ క్యారింగ్ ఎ లోడ్ ఆఫ్ 2 blocks. సో ద టోటల్ ప్రెసింగ్ ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ హెడ్ ఈజ్ 4+2. సో కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ నార్మల్ రియాక్షన్ వచ్చేసి 60. సో కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ లిమిటింగ్ ఎంత కావాలి? ఇక్కడ లిమిటింగ్ ఎంత కావాలి? ఇక్కడ లిమిటింగ్ వచ్చేసి 0.1 ఇంటూ 6 ఇంటూ 10. సో 6 న్యూటన్. ఇప్పుడు క్వశ్చన్లోకి రండి. So I have applied a force here on the 2 kg block. Now what happens? The lower block will try to stop the motion of 2 kg block. So as a result, what will happen is this 2 kg block will experience a resistance of F1. Whereas the same force is exerted on the lower block, which is F1. And this F1 try to move the 4 kg block, so that 4 kg block earlier moves, but now it is not moving because there is a friction between 4 kg block and the floor. So as a result, what will happen? You have some F2. Any doubt till this point? Now the question is, which is higher? F2 limiting is higher than F1. So what will happen? If there is a chance, which will move? 2 kg, 4 kg. So to move 2 kg, what force is required? 4 newtons. So that's what they have given. That's what they have given. If a chance is given, if you apply 4 newtons force, the upper block moves. Right. Find the acceleration of the 2 blocks and value of the friction at the 2 surfaces if F is equal to 6 newtons. Right. Now, for this purpose, you take the entire system as a whole. Even if you apply 6 newtons also, the lower kg block will not move. Why? Because, yes, why? Because what will happen here is the 2 kg block will experience a force of 6 newtons and the maximum opposition is 4 newtons. Whereas the lower block, 4 kg, will experience 4 newtons, but the limiting value of friction here is 6 newtons. So will that 4 kg block move? No. And one more important point, what is going to be the friction here? Why? Correct. Complete the statement. Static friction is self-adjustable. So therefore, F2 is equal to 4 newton. Static friction is self-adjustable. Self-adjustable. Are we clear? Now the question is, on the upper block, what is the net force? 2 newtons. So what is the acceleration of the upper block? Net force by mass, 1 meter per second square. This is how you should analyze if there is a friction on the lower block. Are we clear? Anika,
Yes, sir.
room number 102. No doubts, boys. Thank you. I want a confirmation from room number 102 also. Okay. Sudha Lekhya. Right. Thank you. Right. So we will move on to the next question. Before this, I need to do this. I said I was just pairing one question actually. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Chalo, we'll do this. No issues. Okay. Anyone in my class, not this class, 102 or Tarnaka, suggest me what is going to be my very first step in this problem.
Yes.
Anika, గట్టిగా చెప్పు.
Sir, analyzing the question.
కరెక్ట్. అనలైజింగ్ ద క్వశ్చన్ అన్నా ఇంకా కొంచెం ముందరికి వెళ్ళు. ఆ ప్రతి క్వశ్చన్కి అదే చెప్తాను నేను. You can answer. Yes.
Block
I
by
have
block.
drawn free body diagrams and I have identified the limiting values of friction. That is my first step. మీరు ఆ క్వశ్చన్ చూడగానే what will happen in your mind is that you will leave first time if you are learning. What is this question? Which formulas, the list which I have, I can use in solving that. That is the way that you will do. Don't do physics problems like that. Okay? So you should do some analysis. Only then you will be successful in concluding that question. Okay. Now let us start. On 2 kg block, the limiting value of friction is 0.2 into 2 into 4 Newton. This is a 2 kg block. On 3 kg block, the limiting friction is 0.1 into 5 into 10. 5 Newton. Boys, any doubts? Right. Okay. See, how I will do this question, I'll try to explain very clearly. Very clearly. First of all, my focus is, will this system move or not? I have applied 10 newtons force to the 3 kg block. The maximum opposition is 5 newtons. Definitely the system will move. Now, step 1, I am now dealing the problems in a new way. I am no longer the same old teacher dealing the problems. Why I was to change my approach? Because the difficulty level of the problem is now on a different end, right? So I have done the basic analysis part. Now, actually, this is my step. Now I'm going to do step 1. Boys and girls, step 1. What is step 1? Now I am taking the entire system as one single force, single mass. $15 newtons. Opposition, 5 newtons. Don't look at to me. Don't see that you ignored 4 newtons. See, once I took entire system as one single unit, what happens to that 5 newtons? Action, reaction, cancel. Now, as a whole, what is going to be the acceleration of this system? Common acceleration of this system. Hold on. Please try to understand. What, as a whole, what is going to be the acceleration of this system? Suppose this is a rough step. I know. This is a rough step. Now, this is going to be 15 minus 5 divided by 5. This is going to be 2 meter per second square. Am I right? No idea. I don't know. Then step 2. Promote me to step 2. What is step 2? Do the same question in the reference frame of the 3 kg block, assuming it is traveling with 2 meter per second square. I'm assuming that it is traveling with 2 meter. I'm an observer who is traveling with 2 meter per second square. And now I am drawing the free body diagram of 2 kg block. What are the different forces experiencing by that 2 kg block? First force is Five Newton. Is that the only force? Help me, please. This is the only force. Friction undile నాకు తెలుసు. నీకు తెలుసా tendency of motion ఎట్టుందో? Will you just conclude the tendency of motion just with this force? అనిక చెప్పి ఇంకా నువ్వే చెప్పు.
Sir, ఒకసారి క్వశ్చన్ రిపీట్ చేయరా?
Is this the only force on
Sir,
2 kg block as observed by this observer?
Sir, there will be also friction force.
అదే వీళ్ళు చెప్పా, నేను తిట్టా, నువ్వు మళ్ళీ అదే చెప్తున్నావు. Is that the only force? Okay, friction కూడా
Sir, normal
no. Normal is there here. I do understand.
mg
Horizontal direction.
weight mg.
Horizontal direction system. Pseudo force, my dear boy. Correct. There is a pseudo force. What is going to be the pseudo force? The pseudo force is in this direction. 2 into 2. 4 newtons. Pseudo force. Boys and girls, what is the net force now? What is the net force now? Direction. Now you conclude friction. Tendency of motion is rightwards, so the friction is leftwards. Friction ke color veru. Can I ask you one question? Previously, you have identified what is the limiting value of friction? 4 newtons. Correct, na? ఇప్పుడు మీకు friction ఎంత అని తెలుస్తుంది? See, you are assuming that the entire system is moving at 2 meter per second square. If you are in a frame of 2 meter per second square, you should see the 2 kg block at rest. And but a 2 kg block is experiencing actual 5 newtons force, pseudo force 4 newtons, net 1 newton for rightwards. To make it in equilibrium, what should be the friction value? 1 newton. What nature of friction is that in that case? Static. So what is step 2 conclusion? Step 2 conclusion is friction is static, which means no relative motion between what and what? 2 kg and 3 kg. No relative motion between 2 kg and 3 kg. Step 2 is the heart of the solution. Now I am coming now. So I have understood both are moving with common velocity, common acceleration. So that is already this. If they are moving with common acceleration, it is a moving means across 3 kg and ground, this much opposition is there. So 5 newtons is correct. The only thing that I can conclude is the nature of the friction between 2 kg and 3 kg is static, and that is 1 newton. So step T conclusion. So friction between 2 and 3 is 1 newton, static. Friction between 3 and ground is 5 newton, kinetic. That's all. See, my strength lies in the detailed analysis of the question. So now, first step, assuming single system, determining some acceleration. Step 2, with that acceleration as my reference frame, I will study one of the object and I will evaluate friction. Step 3. Step 2 will direct what to do in step 3. Any doubts? Boys and girls? Anika, what about our students? Any doubts?
No doubt, sir.
Right. 102, room number 102. No doubts. Thank you. Fine. We'll move on to the next question, a similar model. Don't worry, I'll post these notes. Wow. This is going to be my favorite question. And I require very big space. Really very big space to do this question. Right? Let us start the question, because this is a jumbo question. Boys, let us step into the question. Right. See the question. I'll just interact with them once. Go through the question. అది లేకపోతే it is. Since we started, it takes another 5 to 10 minutes max. Ma? Yes. Right. Right. Those who don't have restrictions of art and all, just conclude this question in 5 minutes. See, the first part of the question will go up with two blocks A and B, mass 10 kg, 20 kg respectively, are arranged as shown in the figure. See, upper force is constant and the lower force gradually increased from 0. Now you discuss all possible cases. That's what they want. I'm very fortunate. You don't have any problem, no? Right. There is no hesitation here. I'll give you the record of this. Right. Since I have started, I'll close this. Right. Now this is smooth. This is smooth. The only where I need to worry is the limiting value here. The limiting value here is 0.3 into A is 10 kg. 10 into 10. So this is hardly 30 newtons. The moment you start, still sometime there is some, let me study what is acceleration. I'm assuming, I'm assuming F is 0 initially. I'm increasing F from 0. That's what you said. 0. I'll gradually increase F from 0. So what will happen is that, I'll take the full free body diagram again. When I take the full free body diagram again, A plus B put together is a 30 kg and the force here is 120 newtons. So the acceleration, common acceleration is 120 by 30, 4 meter per second square. Now try to please understand, to give 4 meter per second square acceleration, to be, what should be the force? The force required here is 20 into 4, 80 newtons. Now please tell me, is it possible? Is 80 newtons possible? However, the limiting value itself is 120. Limiting value itself is 30 newtons. The limiting value itself is 30. Discuss the direction, nature of the frictional force and the acceleration of the block for different values of F. That's what they have given. So therefore, try to please understand, common acceleration case, F must be non-zero. So to have a common acceleration, F must be non-zero. You could question me catching hold of my collar. I'll reply in the same way. Why? Because if you agree that they have a common acceleration of 4 meters per second square, for this to happen, the lower block must experience a force of 80 newtons, whereas the maximum force that the friction could support is only 30 newtons. How is 80 newtons possible? Only when capital F is non-zero. So how to start this question then? The first part of the question is, if F is equal to 0, they will have different accelerations. That is how I should start. Which means, if I start this question, I should not do it like this, because, okay, I have learned something from this observation. Common acceleration is not possible with F is equal to 0. So then what should I start? No, you start with F is equal to 0 first. If F is equal to 0, then what happens? The upper block will experience, if F is equal to 0, what happens? The upper block, it is like 30 newtons, 120 newtons. 30 newtons. B, A. The acceleration of A is 120 minus 30 by A, 10. This will become 9 meter per second square. And this will become how much? 30 by 20. 1.5 meter per second square. Now you are increasing gradually F. Don't say 4 meter per second square now onwards. Such a case is not possible. So acceleration 9 meter per second. Now you are increasing gradually. At some point of time, what will happen is, as you gradually increase the capital F, at some point of time, what will happen is the force becomes static. The frictional force becomes static. I am repeating again. Now it is undoubtedly not static. As you gradually increase the capital F, sometime thereafter, what will happen is both the blocks will attain the same acceleration and the friction becomes static, which means at this point of time, A 120 Newton, 30 Newton, the acceleration of A is 9 meter per second square. I am worried about B 30 Newton, F 30 plus F is equal to 20 times 9. Or here, 29 means 180. 180 minus 30 is 150. So what is your first achievement? When F becomes 150, friction becomes static. Now I am increasing F. Slightly. Can you please tell me, Arya, please don't ask me one simple and stupid question. Meanwhile, don't they fall apart? They don't fall apart. Imagine the lower plank is long enough. Right, don't question me that. Don't ask me like that. Silly question. But please tell me, now onwards, as I increase the capital F, what happens to the friction? Friction is self-adjusting. It gradually reduces. Then sometime, at some instant, friction across A and B becomes 0. Static friction is self-adjustable. That's what you committed. So then what? Next stage is A, 120 newtons. The acceleration of A is 120 by the way, what is mass of A? 10. By this will become 1.2, 12 meter per second square. Fine. And what about B? Commonly moving. Friction 0. See, hello, friction 0. Vanished. So F is 20 times acceleration, 12, 240 newtons. You yourself committed me that you want to increase gradually and you asked me different stages. One such stage is friction vanishing. Can someone please tell me next possible case? IIT student ikkade bayatapadathadu. What is the next possible stage? Anika, any of your friends, what is the next possible stage? So I have reached stage 1. This is stage 1. And this is stage 2. Can someone please suggest me what is going to be stage 3? Excellent, man. What is your name? I'll remember your name. Someday you are going to crack IIT. Excellent. He wants friction to be static, but reversal of direction. Don't ask me how. Why? Because static friction is self-adjustable. So you want another case where A is this, 120, 30 Newton. Arya, direction reversal. Don't question me why. Who asked you to change the value of F? capital F. You are changing F. All these are because of you are changing F. What is going to be the acceleration of A? The acceleration of A is 120 plus 30 divided by 10. This is going to be 15 meter per second square. So whereas B, for B, what is going to be happening here? This is a 30 newtons and this is F. Remember, acceleration is common. 20 times 15. Correct? Na? The lower block is 20 kg mark. This is going to be 330 Newton. Right. Now this is stage 3. Hello, stage 3. So did you notice the 3 stages in this journey? Stage 1, above block will have 9 meter per second square acceleration. Below block will also have 9 meter per second square acceleration, but the friction becomes static there. No relative motion. Next stage, as I'm increasing capital R, friction disappears. Of course, both have acceleration. Next stage, I'm increasing further capital F. What is happening? The friction took the reversal. Now I have one more question. What if I increase further? You are spoiling the system, that's all. Now friction becomes kinetic. That's all. These are different stages. Anika, any doubt?
No, sir.
Our friends?
Okay.
Boys?
Pass.
Confirmation. No, right. That's all. I think you are also waiting. I think there is time problem. Right. Okay, chalo. I'm stopping over here. అరే మన క్లాస్లో మనం మామూలు డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. ఒలింపియాడ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ మాత్రం రేపు అందరికీ కామన్ డిస్కస్ చేస్తాను. రైట్.
సార్ ఈ నోట్స్ PDF పెడతారా సార్?
ఇప్పుడే పెడతాను.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.